U.S. Senator Chris Coons is a Democrat from Biden's home state of Delaware. Senator, it sounded to me like he had written the speech today and delivered it as if he were running for president, but decided relatively recently, in the last several hours, I suppose, today, that he couldn't run at this point. It was too late.
Well, Chris, I thought that his comments today made it clear that Joe Biden still has a lot to offer America, that he's going to be a strong and a forceful and a clear and a positive voice in this election campaign, in the defense of his record and the Obama administration's record. And I expect he'll continue to contribute to our national politics for many years to come. Joe Biden has, as you know, been a great leader in the Senate for 36 years, has been a great and strong and effective vice president. And you heard him today coming out strong, making it clear why his big heart, his commitment to the middle class, his willingness to embrace a broad range of ideas and solutions, from a moonshot to curing cancer, to fighting hard for restoring manufacturing. These were the sorts of things he was ready to run on. And I think had he done so, he would have run a very strong campaign.
Well, Vice President Biden had a message for Democrats. Don't run away from the president's legacy. Let's listen.
I believe that President Obama has led this nation from crisis to recovery, and we're now on the cusp of resurgence. And I'm proud to have played a part in that. This party, our nation, will be making a tragic mistake if we walk away or attempt to undo the Obama legacy. Democrats should not only defend this record and protect this record, they should run on the record.
Senator Coons, who was he talking to then, if not to Hillary Clinton, when he says you better defend this record and run on it?
I think he's talking to the whole country. I think he's talking to Democrats who are up for election in this cycle, and I think he's talking to the different candidates for president. So I do think that the vice president's proud of the president and of the record they have together. I think as he reflects back on the mess that they inherited in '08, the economic ruins, the challenges in terms of national security, the environmental and cultural and economic challenges of having lost a lot of our manufacturing base and having a hollowed out middle class, the vice president, Joe, was standing up and saying, here's the things I've fought for, here's the things I'm proud of, and here's the things I'm going to defend going forward from all comers. It was classic Joe.
Yeah, I thought it was classic Vice President. You know him much better than I, but I do know him a bit. And I was impressed by his reference to the middle-class Joe, calling himself the middle-class Joe and knocking the people who thought he wasn't sophisticated enough. Let's watch that. I want your reaction to that, Senator.
It all starts with giving the middle class a fighting chance. I know you in the press love to call me middle-class Joe, and I know in Washington that's not usually meant as a compliment. It means you're not that sophisticated. But it is about the middle class.
We had Harold Schaitberger, the firefighters, on last night talking about how much they, in that group, that union group, labor group, likes Biden because they see him as a kind of a fellow street corner guy. Who's going to fill that? Do you think Hillary Clinton can get down in the dirty, if you will, get down to regular people and connect with, you know, the working class guy on the corner, black or white or Hispanic?
Well, I think what has always been Joe's strength is his big heart. He's somebody who just connects with folks, who people understand has been an underdog himself, who's seen life from the hard side. That's why, from cops to firefighters, from working people, unions in Delaware, they've always loved him. He's got a really strong record on civil rights, on equality. He's fought for LGBT rights. There's a lot of people in Delaware and our country who see Joe and who see a man with a big heart and a willingness to fight for them. Part of what was hard today about his announcement, Chris, was you can also see that he's been nursing a heavy heart, that the loss of his hero and his treasured son, Beau, has really been hard for him and his family. Joe's always put his family first, and I think he did the right thing, the only thing he could do to give his family the time to work through this. And I do think it's going to be a challenge. If we're going to have a successful nominee, whoever that nominee is, they've got to connect with the middle class of America. They've got to make it clear why we're fighting for them. And they've got to believe that we absolutely, as a Democratic Party, fight for, connect for, believe in the working people of this country, the folks who feel like they've been left behind in the Great Recovery.
Okay, thank you so much.